Hey guys, welcome to our Tuesday night team Zoom. We're just going to hop into it because we try to talk really fast and give you a lot of information really quick. We're going to start with Vana giving us all her tips on how she earned a $500 bonus. Then Tasha's going to interview me. Woo. And then we have a special surprise person giving us our personal development lesson. All right. Vana, tell us about you and then just hop right into how you earn that bonus, and make sure you go step by step so that if it's someone's very first day, they can do what you did.
So hello everybody. My name is Vana Louise Naehu. I'm from Hawaii, and what I do for work is I'm a direct support worker for ʀᴇᴅᴜᴜᴜ. I work with cognitively impaired adults. I'm a recovering procrastinator, married mom of 3 boys. And they are the reason why I push in this business. And I like to thank the Lord above for all his blessings in this business, first and foremost. So I've been in the biz for 4 years. And at the end of July, I was home with my youngest child, who at the time just made 1 month. And I really didn't want to go back to work. My maternity leave was coming to an end, and I just made that decision that I was going to push in this business, and I really wanted more. I reached out to my leaders and set up a plan on how I could do this full time. And then they came up with this amazing bonus in September, and I was like, oh my God, yes, I want the bonus. I need the bonus. And then so, they're my reason why I want to stay home with my youngest. My oldest child, he wants a welding machine for Christmas. So I told him if I get my bonus, he'll get a welding machine. And then my middle child really wants to go to Disneyland. So at least we can put a portion of that bonus away into that Disneyland trip. And then every day I'm a work in progress, and I just try to be coachable every day. I just watch for what's working. I listen to my leaders, and then when they tell me this is working, boom, I do it. Because you have to just be quick on it and just continue to move forward. So most of my enrollments came from gummies posting up in my stories, and follow-ups. So first of all, drop a 1 if you guys are excited. Oh my gosh, I always wanted to say that. So drop a 1 if you guys are really excited, because excitement is what's gonna sell. Like, you have to be super excited about everything you do. Like, think about the Cookie Monster. Like, the Cookie Monster loves cookies, and he's like, nah, cookies. And when he eats the cookies, you're like, I don't want to eat a cookie. Like, it's just the kind of attraction that you want to have. And you have to plan, because this is not a sprint. It is definitely a marathon. So you're gonna want to plan and have a goals end. So my plan right now is the bonus. That's my end, is I want to get the bonus, and my plan is my 4-in-1. So I have this printed out. I put the month that it is at, and then I write on top here, you are worthy, because we all want to. Let me try to take off this filter. It's like jamming up my mojo. Okay, let's see. That's better. Okay, so I print out this, and then as I go along, I fill it in, like so. And then I write the person's name, I put their number, and I put how much BV is on it, so that I can keep track, because your 4 friends need to be 180, so that I'm not constantly looking back and forth on what they're at. It's all right here. And then after I get my 4 friends, I put the total at the bottom. So I know that this first step is done. And then all I do for my friend is I fill them in. And then I also make the same chart for my friend. So I'm also tracking my friend's information as well as their BV. If you don't want to print out a second one, you can just use this sheet, which I use as well. And then I track my 4 LCs and my friend, as well as my friend's 4 LCs and my friend. And then this is what I follow for my bonus. So this is my roadmap. This is what I follow. And then I just have it in the sheet like this. So one side is my foreigner friend and the other is showing the complete cycle. And this is a sheet protector. Okay, so what I focus on are the products that I use, which is gummies, coffee, the teas, and weight loss. Okay, the weight loss is kind of new to me, but I feel it's really important for us to focus on that because a lot of distributors, you could just push them right into the business from LC into, oh my gosh. Sorry, the compressor is right outside the window and my kid is trying to blow up his tire. Aiden, wait. Oh my gosh. Okay, so every day I post to my stories. Okay, stories are like non-negotiable. That is your open and close sign for your business. So when I wake up, I post to my stories, and before I go to sleep I post to my stories as well. So in my stories I like to put polls. You want to show your face, and it's up to you how you do it, but it's good to show your face and that the products that you are using, and you talk about the benefits and why you need the product. You know, like, I love my coffee, it tastes so good, I need it because I need energy every morning. Boom. You know, and it's fat burning coffee, it helps me lose weight. And then I go ahead and I throw up some product slides of the whatever product it is that I'm using. I throw in a business slide right after, and then I throw up the giveaway. So that I do a giveaway video, the giveaway picture, or I just pin the share the post that I'm having everybody share for my giveaway into my story so that it attracts them there. Okay, so that's one way I do my stories. And then another non-negotiable is posting. So I post every day. You know, you can continue to post as you were before you were in the business. And then also the products that you're using, the opportunity that we have, and the giveaway. So the giveaway is mainly what I've been I've been posting a lot about, is because I'm trying to grow my network. So the giveaways we do is to bless others, and as a thank you, we enter them into the giveaway that we are doing. It is a voluntary thing, and they don't have to do it. You know, so we just thank you for doing it for us, for helping us to spread the word of our business. So an example of that we would post as a giveaway post would be, tell me the time you are seeing this to be entered into my October giveaway. So they post that onto their page, and then people will start to comment the time that they see it. What you're gonna do is you're gonna respond to all of those comments. You're gonna tell them to message me the word giveaway. This word can be changed depending on how you work your business, but giveaway is the easy way to do it. Okay, so when you do these two non-negotiables, your stories and your posting every day, that's when you're gonna start getting messages for you to respond. Is that really loud?
It's not that bad, Vana. It's not that bad. The best part was your face. It's okay.
Wait. Oh my gosh, I knew this was gonna happen. Okay, yeah. Okay, so where was I? So you want to tell them to message you. Okay, so now you're gonna get people messaging you from your stories and from your posts that you put up. And then now you're gonna have them post a post for you, which is you can do products, business, or giveaways. I've been focusing on product host a posts, which is the gummy host a post. Okay, so when they message you, then they tell you giveaway, you tell them thank you for your support. Please post this on your wall, leave it up until the winners are drawn, and tell me when it's done, when it's up. Sorry, that's why my second person is here, because I was supposed to like put it in the chat, but I'm not. Yeah. Okay, so then I send the post, they put it up for you, right? The picture, the words. Okay, and as soon as they tell me that they put it up, I go to their profile, I click on the host a post, and I put it into a folder and save it. So then that way I can go back to it. And then I also enter their name into whatever spreadsheet that you have going for your giveaway list. Okay, now is the time when you're going to work. So for all of those posts that your friends put up for you, every single reaction, a like, a heart, or comment, those are all your potential. That's like when somebody walks into your store and you hear the ding dong, that's what it is. That's them entering into your business. And what you're gonna do is you are going to comment and tell them to message you gummies, because in this sense we're doing the gummies post. So you're gonna put in a reply comment, thank you for commenting, message me gummies to am I doing this right? I don't know. Sorry, my kid threw me off. But right, so you message that you put them down. No, wait, that's not what I do. That is not what I do. I take that back. If you're watching the recording, I'm so sorry. So in a comment, I actually comment like emojis, like heart emojis or whatever that it pops up. I comment emojis and then I message them. Thank you for commenting. Would you like to know more about my slimming gummies? And then as soon as I send that, I add their name to my hundreds list. So if you don't have a hundreds list, now you have one from all these people who are commenting on the host post. And this is so crucial. You have to put their names on your hundreds list. Okay, so I put their name on the hundreds list. And then I just follow the script. I send them, they say yes, I send them the information. They say yes, how much? I send them how much it costs. And then they say, okay, I'm ready. I ask them for their name and number. They give me that. I ask them for their birth date. They send me that, their birth date and their address and their email. They send me that. And then I ask them for the credit card number. Sometimes they don't want to give you your credit card number, and don't take it personal. Not a lot of people do. So I just send the shopping cart, whatever it is that they wanted, to the phone number that they gave me earlier. And I have like this little thing that says, thank you for aloha, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for your order is ready. All you have to do is click on the shopping link to complete your order. And they can just go ahead and do it on their own. And I just pray on it and let it go. Because if I keep stressing on it and I'm waiting, like 10 seconds is going to be a lifetime, because I can't be like, no. So yes, your order is ready. Click below. Something very simple like that. And then just let it go. Sometimes people say no, they're not interested. You just ask them to post a post for you. Sometimes people don't read it or they left you on red. Just move on. Just keep on fishing, move on. Don't even stress about it, because there's many more people out there that you're gonna wanna reach out to. Okay, and then there's some people that come up with excuses, or they just want to talk to you. Like they're like, oh, somebody's talking to me, and they just keep on going. So you just want to stay positive and uplifting. Build that relationship with them, because they could be a potential for you one day. Okay. Some people can't afford it. Some people will tell you they have no money. And that's when you can offer them the business. You can offer them the business. They'll say that it's too expensive. They have an option for that. They can pre-sell coffee samples. If they still can't make that money, you have another option. They can make payments on it. Okay, so you want to be the light. Remember that you are planting seeds throughout it all, and be consistent for your harvest. Okay, and last is the follow-ups. So we all heard this before. Fortune is in the follow-up. That is so true. So you want to set a day that you're going to do follow-ups. I usually do Fridays. I call it Aloha Follow-Up Fridays. And I just send out messages to everybody who's on my hundreds list. So back to that baby is important. So I just start at the top and I go to every single person that's on that list and I message them. And I told them, happy Aloha Friday. I'm just doing my regular Friday follow-ups. Are you ready to get this order in? And I just leave it as that. If they respond, then we just have that conversation. If not, then it's okay. So before I actually do my follow-ups, I listen to the Audible Go for No. Go for No. I listen to it before I do my follow-ups and after. That way I can get my head straight for when I do this, because it can be it can be heavy when you're stepping into that mode of work, you know, because you're afraid. Well, I'm afraid. I don't know if everybody else, but I'm deadly afraid to like follow up with all these people, because I'm like, they're gonna tell me no. But when I listen to that audible, it gives me that drive to go for it. And then when I listen to it after, it reminds me that it's okay and I did my job. So that's the way I can get in and out of that section, is listening to that Go for No book before and after. Follow-up Fridays also consist of following up with my team, doing all the follow-ups in my app, as well as following up with current LCs. So anybody who's ordered from me that have products right now, I follow up with them and see how they're doing, if everything is good, just checking in with them. And then, so I'm just gonna close it out now. So the thing that worked best for me right now is staying close to the fire, staying connected to the team, jumping on team Zooms, jumping on whatever Zooms that people throw up that we can find, whatever trainings that people are sharing. You know, it's just good to stay connected, stay close, and you can hear all the tips that are happening, and you can hear everybody else's excitement that gets you excited to do this business. Okay. Another non-negotiable is your affirmations or your I ams. I am worthy has been my number one first affirmation that I write and I say, is because it helps me feel like I am worthy of all that is to come. You got to bring that positivity, pull that positivity into you. And yeah, I just like to thank Diamond Tribe for adopting me. My side sister, Tasha, she has been absolutely amazing. I thank my leaders for everything they do and all the information and tips that they give. And I thank you guys for listening to me. Dream big.
Thank you, Vanna. That was really good. There's a couple things that I'm going to incorporate now, because I really like that. You gave me a lot of tips that I had never even thought about. What you can do if you want is you can drop those scripts that you were talking about into the chat while we go on to our next segment. I promise it won't throw us too far off, maybe. I don't know. But if it does, that's funny. So it'll be all right. But yeah, just drop them there and then everyone can see it. So thank you. All right, Tasha, are you ready for this? You're muted. Oh,
I am ready. Actually, Vanna, maybe if you want to make a board and then just send us the link, that'd be awesome too. You know, I mean, just a thought, but you know, just to make it easier. So, all right, guys, I'm so excited for this next segment that we have. There are some of you guys who have heard Carrie's story before, and then there's some of you guys who have not. And for me personally, I've heard this story and it has inspired me every single time. So I'm so excited for Carrie to share a little bit about yourself, who you are, if you got kids, and a little bit of your story with us.
Hey guys, this isn't awkward at all. So I'm Carrie. I am a mom of 6. My oldest is 16 and the youngest is 4. So there's quite the range, but they're all, still school age children. I live in Florida, but I have lived all over. I like to move. I'm like maybe considering leaving Florida, we like to go wherever, which is one thing that this business is great for. I joined 11 years ago. Next month makes 12 years. And when I joined, I was actually in the Army. So it wasn't anything that was even on my radar. I didn't know what network marketing was. I didn't know what this company was. I didn't know anything about it. I actually was in Texas, in El Paso, and I was walking at what they called a fall bazaar. It was an event with vendors, and it was really big and it was fun. And I took my 1-year-old and my newborn. So I had Amma in the stroller and Alana was like wrapped all around me because I wore her everywhere. And I was walking along, minding my business, just looking around. I had just moved there. I didn't know anybody. And so I looked over at this girl's table, and apparently I looked too long, because then she was like, "Hey, you come here, come over here." Like very loud, so loud. And I was like, I'm going to go over there because she's embarrassing me. Like, I just need to make her stop yelling because I saw what was at her table and it was even more embarrassing because I was like, does she think I really need these things? Like, I know I have two tiny kids, but really, like, I had an 18-month-old and a newborn, you know, like they were little. And so I walked over and she was telling me about her wraps and I was asking questions, but to be honest, I didn't care that much. I didn't care, but I entered her drawing and this lady sends me an email. So kudos to her for following up, but listen to what she said. She was like, hey, you didn't win. I was like, wow, so rude, right? Like, I didn't even want to open that email. You didn't win, but would you like to try a wrap anyways for $20? And I was like, you know what? Sure, I think I'll do that because I mean, I didn't care, but I kind of wanted to know if it worked. So for $20, I was like, if it works, that's cool. If it doesn't work, who cares? It's only $20 of my time. I mean, what else am I going to do? Right. So she came over, she wrapped me, and it was the weirdest experience, one of the weirdest experiences of my life. Like, this total stranger was in my house and I was like showing her my belly. She was measuring me so she could wrap me. Like, the old school ways were really invasive. They really were. And I actually had fantastic results. I had really, really good results. And she was like, oh, okay, do you want to become my customer? And I was like, you know, no, I want to do what you do. And she was like, you what? Are you sure you don't want to be my customer? Like, she was trying to talk me out of it. But I learned later she was actually pretty new to it also. She was only a couple of months in and she didn't really know what she was doing. So to sign up a team member was kind of, like, that's kind of nerve wracking. And so she was probably just trying to get her customers because that was her comfort zone. But like, this girl, seriously, she told me I lost. And then she tried to talk me out of becoming a distributor. And I'm like, that's proof that you cannot say the wrong thing to the right person because otherwise, I mean, she said all the wrong stuff, to be honest. And so I joined as a distributor and I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what this business was. Some voice in my head was like, you need to do this, do that, do it. And I was like, I don't know what that is, but I did it anyways because it was so strong, such a strong feeling. And so I got my first 6 customers in my first month. And I was like, oh, this is cool. I got like a $52 paycheck. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. Awesome. And then that was all. Like, I didn't do anything else. I didn't understand at all. I did not understand this business. I didn't know network marketing was a thing or had a name. I had no clue. So for a whole like 14, 13 months, I got $52 paychecks every single month. And I thought it was great. It was great. All of my customers kept ordering. I stayed on auto ship. I actually was spending more than I was making, but it wasn't like I thought I was losing money because really it was like I was getting a huge discount on the products I wanted. I didn't know how to change my auto ship. And I don't think my customers knew either or how to cancel it because how else would they have kept ordering for so long? Because I didn't follow up. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. Honestly, I did not. But I say this not to show how like stupid I was, but to show you that sometimes when you sign up a distributor, they don't know what they don't know. They could be like me and not quite understand what they got themselves into. And then one day, like, it blows up when they figure it out. So don't count anybody out. I would consider those people glorified customers until they get it. So keep them in the loop. Keep reminding them when there's specials. I know somebody told me there was conference coming and I was like, oh, that's great. Have fun. I didn't know what conference was. I didn't even understand that I was invited. Like, I did not understand any of that stuff. So always keep that in mind when you're talking to people. And I wasn't meaning to go so long with this story because we're literally like 8% done, but I feel like the beginning of the story is kind of important because I don't talk about this very much. And I did a lot of wrong stuff. So you guys can learn from that. You're not stupid. Thank you. So then, it was 2011, the very beginning of 2011. To put this into perspective for you, Aria is my 9-year-old. She's turning 10 this month. I was pregnant with her. Okay. So I was very newly pregnant with Aria. Okay. Tina Hatcliffe. I don't know if you guys know her. If you do not, you should. Okay. She's our closest ambassador upline. And at the time she was a double diamond, and she flew. What was that? Oh, sorry. She flew from Tennessee to El Paso. I was still there to do a meeting with the distributors there. And she did it in a Village Inn. And this girl, as a double diamond, you guys think about that, double diamond, she flew all that way for 11 people. 11. Now, she could have gone into that meeting like, wow, I wasted my time. I wasted my money, because that's not cheap. But she didn't. I didn't even realize it until later, like how she must have felt knowing there was 11 people there when she flew all that way. But I was there, and she totally changed my life. She showed me that this was a business. I didn't even understand that. She said, you wrap people, they become customers or they become distributors, and you make money. And I was like, okay, I can do that. I can totally do that. So this girl who had a fantastic attitude taught me that one little thing, changed my life completely, and honestly changed hers, because whenever I did that, I brought my upline back. My upline signed somebody who signed an ambassador. All of a sudden, like, our whole leg was just massive, because Tina came to Village Inn and taught me this one little thing. So anytime you go somewhere and there's not a lot of people, or that nobody shows up, just know that it was all for a reason. It's going to work out. It will. You're either going to have somebody like me. Like, if Tina didn't come, none of us would be on the Zoom. None of us. So she said, wrap people, they become loyal customers or distributors. And I was like, that's awesome. I can do that. So immediately after, it was kind of weird. We had double fast start bonuses. So if you signed up a distributor, instead of getting $100 bonus, which is what the fast start was at the time, you got $200. And I was like, oh, that's a lot of money. So I signed up 11 distributors in 10 days. This girl who had not signed, like, did not know what she was doing, signed up 11. And they all fast started, all of them. And they did it themselves, because I didn't know you could move people. I didn't know any of that stuff. And I taught them the same thing I knew. I'm like, okay, guys, you wrap people. When for now, it would be like, you can wrap them. It's like sell wraps, or wrap them, or sell them coffee samples, whatever it is. You get money from them somehow. And then they become distributors or they become customers. And that's it. That's all you have to do. So they were fast starting themselves. I did not notice when I promoted to executive, partially because I didn't know it existed, but also because I wasn't even thinking about that stuff. And I promoted to Ruby, and I didn't know a Ruby existed. I didn't know what that was. So I promoted to a Ruby with 8,000 in volume. It happened organically by itself with 8,000 in volume. My first Ruby check was almost $1,000. And from most $52 checks, the next month, I think my check was like 500. The next month it was 900. Like, they just kept going up and up and up. And it was the simplicity of it and the excitement, just like Vana said with her Cookie Monster story, which was funny. And I never thought of that before. So I might, if you hear me using that, just don't say anything. But so I was teaching the simplicity of it, and they were teaching the simplicity of it. And so and then I also did get $2,000 in bonuses during that time too. It was just insanity. My husband was in Iraq. So I was just home with little kids. I had nothing better to do than wrap people. So I was just wrapping, and the team was just growing. So during the pregnancy with Aria, like I said, I was very newly pregnant when Tina came to visit. Before Aria was born, I was a double diamond. And it was just wrapping people, getting the product in their hands, and then they become distributors or customers, and that's it. I didn't have a third option in my head, and my close rate was in the 90s. Like it was like 90 something %, because I think whenever that's what you expect, that's what you get back. If you go into it being nervous, like, oh, they might not like the coffee, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, then you're throwing doubt on your coffee. No, if you go in like, they're going to love this, they're going to feel so much energy, then that's what's going to happen. You know, what you're putting out is what you're getting back. So, Tasha, that was a little bit about me.
I have like so much notes. Like, I'm not even kidding. I have like 10 post-it notes in front of me.
Do you? Because people always say that on Zooms. I have so much notes, and I'm like, are you really taking notes?
I am, because I want to touch base on just a couple of things. Like, and then I have like just a couple questions for you guys. Okay, I don't even know where to start. Like, oh my gosh, like, okay. I'm going to start from like where you just kind of were. You guys, the simplicity. Like, did you guys just hear what she said? Like, it's ignorance on fire. It's like just knowing, you know, everybody's trying to be so creative and trying to reinvent the wheel. Like, Carrie just did all this, just teaching everybody what she knows. You don't have to know every single ingredient in the product. You don't have to know all these things. Like, you don't. Carrie just proved it, and here she is as a presidential diamond. You know what I mean? 12 years later. Like, and then one other thing I want to touch base on, you guys know how much kids she has? 6. 6. So when you guys have to remember, I'm sure you guys don't have 6 kids. And
well, they might. I don't know.
Maybe Marianne might. I mean, I don't know how much kids are. Marianne, I don't know. But do you guys see what I'm saying? Like, Carrie had no excuse to work her business when she had kids, when her husband was deployed. She just knew exactly what she needed to do and what she wanted, and she did it. And I think that was so awesome. Like, and I just really wanted to bring that up, because a lot of people, they're like, oh, I can't do this because of my kids, or I can't do this because I don't have the help. Like, you guys can do it. You are making that up in your head that you can't do it. We're moms. We can do anything that we got to do. You know what I mean?
Marianne Hessler.
Okay.
But I will say that in the beginning, whenever you're like really running with it and you're really busy, that is one of the hardest times before you have all the success. But you have to power through that, because then it gets a lot easier. Because I had a bunch of kids, you guys, my kids are 16, 13, 12, 9, 7, and 4. So they were like pretty close together, and it seemed up until triple diamond, honestly, it was pretty hard. It was, because I had house stuff to do, and I'm terrible at housework. So like, it was even extra for me because I hated it so much, you know, and I had all the kids and their stuff. And so, but then after that, I had a full-time housekeeper. So life got a lot easier. So it's not always hard like that, but you have to get through that to get your reward.
Yes, I love all that. Okay, so you and I love how you talked about, like, you know, like, I've thought about as sleeping giants, right? There are some of us who are, you know, take a really long time. Like, perfect example, Carrie. You know, she didn't know what she was doing for the first 13 months. I think, like, y'all have, like, does that give you hope? Like, I don't know about you guys, but that gives me hope. I'm like, I got some people who are sleeping giants, but I'm not going to count them out, right? And Carrie always taught me that. Treat them as, like, VIP customers, because one day it's going to click. So, Carrie, I want to ask you real quick is, so 12 years in the business, okay? And I know a lot of us might be, you know, wondering this too. How do you stay excited? Like, a lot of us have not been even half the years that you have been in, and sometimes we are not excited anymore, or we don't want to get up and work the business. Like, is there anything that you can give us as to how do you stay excited, or how you stay focused?
Yeah. Okay. So, well, it pays my bills. So that in itself, I am a single mom. I have to pay my own bills. I am only me. I don't have any fallback. So that in itself is insane motivation. Like I will get up and I will work no matter how I'm feeling because I have to. I have to. When you go into a 9 to 5, you don't go because you want to, you go because you have to. So to have the discipline to do the same thing with this. Granted, it's a lot more fun, a lot more freedom, and you can do it from a lot more places, but you have to have that same discipline. And then my door just opened and nobody's there. Let me close it because that's kind of freaking me out. Okay. And then also our company is really, really good. I don't know if you noticed this, but they don't get stagnant. Not ever. There is always something new to work towards. And if you're getting bored, then that means you're not paying attention and you're not working towards those things. Because if that $5,000 doesn't excite you, then that's you. Like that is on you, because that excites me and that will excite me every single time. Every single time. If there's a bonus, I'm excited. If you're not excited, that means you're not working your business. And that means you got to fall back to the discipline. Okay. Tasha's like, thank you.
That was that was good. Oh my gosh. Okay. I love that. I love that. Yeah. Like our company's always coming out with something. Like if that $5,000 bonus doesn't like motivate you, you need some personal development or something. You need to rethink everything. But okay. So another question, I guess it kind of ties into that. And you know about, we just kind of touched base on it about kids, right? All of us have kids or housewives or whatever. And so how do you juggle? How do you juggle the mom life and doing the duties at home? Because I know a lot of us struggle with that. Yes, raise your hand, drop a 1 if you do, right? Because it's like, I don't have enough hours in the day to work my business, spend time with my kids. I guess the mom guilt as well. Like, how do you overcome that?
Okay, well, I have no mom guilt. None, because my kids are in a freaking amazing situation. Amazing. They have their mom full time. And granted, sometimes I may be on my phone working, but I try to work efficiently. If you're on your phone all day, every day, you're doing it wrong. You are. And so if you have mom guilt, that's your own dang fault because you're doing it wrong. You should be able to, oh, sorry. You should be able to pick up your phone, work efficiently with your task list or whatever quickly. And I say it all the time, progressive mastery. The more you do something, the faster you get. Okay, so do your stuff, then go do something with your kids. Do your stuff, do something with your kids. They do not want your attention 24/7 unless they're tiny. And then if they're tiny, like for real, like if you've got a tiny nursing baby, like that's your number one priority always. But once they get older and they're more like, what's the word I'm looking for? Independent, they don't want your attention all the time. They really don't. They want your individual attention, like right on them for small periods of time, just like your business needs. So you just kind of work your business at a certain time, do something with your kids, work your business, do something with your kids. My kids, most of them are homeschooled, but I love homeschooling. I absolutely love it. But I do a special kind of homeschool. My kids are science heavy because, you know, I'm working on my doctorate and stuff. So I try to put things in my life that I like, because I have that choice and we all have that choice. If there's something in your life that you don't like, figure out how to change it. Okay. If you don't like doing your dishes, find someone to do your dishes. Hire somebody later, work hard so you can hire someone, let your mom move in, or, you know, you can teach your kids how to do the dishes. There are so many options, you know, don't look at the problems, look at the solutions. Okay. If there's something you don't like, figure out how to make it work for you. Figure out how to live the life that you love. I wasn't feeling great today. My joints were hurting this morning, which is weird because typically I feel no pain. So I was like, you guys, I gotta go. Like my joints hurt. So I went to the beach and I just went by myself because that's what I needed. So self-care, tremendously important, tremendously. And if you say you don't have time, then you're finding the problem and not the solution. There is always time, always. You just have to make it a priority, because whatever you make a priority, you have time for. I don't even know if I answered your question, but I can keep going.
No, that was great. Find the solution, not the problem. And I think a lot of people find the problem and not the solution. That was good. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I mean, like if you have to take your kids to school, working in the pickup line, drop off line, that is key. Like that right there, that is prime working time. If you have kids activities like sports, well, you might be like me and I'm like all into it and cheering, I'm obnoxious. But if you're not, or they're playing a really boring sport, then that's your work time. You know, Tasha laughed, like some kids sports are boring. Archery is not. I absolutely love that. But you know, you just works it into you'll figure out a rhythm that works for you, and then you're going to look back and you're going to be like, wow, how was I living like that? How was I doing that? That sucked. Okay, sorry, Tosh. Go.
No, I think that was awesome. And that's things that we needed to hear. The mom guilt is our fault, guys. I love that. I love that. So
Oh, that's sorry. That really did feel mean. I didn't feel it like that when I
no,
said
no.
it.
Oh yeah, you meant that. Sorry, recording. She meant it. It was for you. I just kidding. Okay. Oh my gosh, I want to ask like so much more questions, but if
Wait, Tasha, we can just combine this in with the personal development if you want, because it kind of is. And I was a special guest, so that works out okay.
I was like, oh, we have a special guest. Like it's me. I'm like, awesome. Okay, so I just want to ask. I just have two more questions, but just one. There's a lot of people on here that are shooting for diamond, right? And you've done it multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Once, twice, three times, however much times. And so if somebody is, shooting for diamond this month or maybe next, is there like one thing that you can give them on promoting, or a couple things? Like what's your biggest tip?
Okay, good. Because I was like, one thing, no. Okay, number one, it has to be you. I'm just watching Vana. Has to be, you have to make that decision to promote. If you don't make that decision, it's going to be hard. Just like how Vana told us in the beginning, she made the decision. She wanted that 5,000. She made her map of how to get there. That's what you have to do for every single promotion in this company. Make the decision you want it, and then figure out how you're going to do it. So one thing that has always been really important for me is my chart. If I'm promoting to diamond, that diamond chart is beside me 24 hours a day. Like it's in my purse. Whenever I'm at my desk, it's at my desk. If I'm on my bed, it's on my bed. Like the diamond chart, see, like Vana right there. That diamond chart goes everywhere with me, because if I don't do that, I'm not focused on it. Like promoting to diamond is a big deal. That's a huge deal. And you're only going to do it. Well, I don't know. I did it for me, my spouse, my mom, my mother, like everybody. But you're only going to do it one time for yourself. So have that chart next to you. By the end, it's going to be messy. Well, I don't know, unless you're like Tasha or Vana over there, misorganized. But mine all had marks everywhere. I love marking up a chart because it makes me feel like I'm working. For me, what I do is I fill in the names, and then on the 22nd of the month, I don't know why, 22nd is like the day, I fill in the volume. I don't do it all month long. I just keep trying to get it as high as I can. And then on the 22nd, I start filling in the volume. And then every single day after that, I change the volume. Every single day. And that way you can use a pencil, you can erase, you can use whiteout, you can do all that stuff. But for me, I want to scribble it because it makes me feel like I'm really doing something. So definitely having your chart there so that you can always focus. focus, because it's just a great reminder. And then also, if you put like how many distributors you're missing at the top, whenever you sign up one, you can mark it out. Like if you're missing like 19 for whatever promotion, you can mark it out and you'd be like 18. It's like so exciting. And then because you're focusing on it, you're actually, the universe is bringing you those people. They're like, oh, she needs another distributor, because that's all she keeps thinking about. That's all she's talking about is this distributor, this volume, this volume. So if you're staying focused, then that can start coming to you. So that is one of my main tips. Tasha, is that good?
That's good. I don't know if everybody caught the first thing, but she said you guys just have to decide.
Yeah.
You gotta decide and do the work. And I love having a chart, because sometimes I'll be like, hey, they're like, where do I move this? I'm like, where's your chart? They're like, it's at home. It shouldn't be at home. It should be right in your purse, in your pocket, with the ketchup stains on it.
And the mustard. I don't even eat mustard, but it gets mustard on it. Mm-hmm.
Yes, but
yes,
I think you should always have it.
I've been preaching that for like a decade. Also, one thing that I want to touch on that is not quite as exciting, but your ruby on your chart really should be charting themselves. Your emerald on your chart should be charting themselves, because this is their promotion too. For a couple of reasons. You don't want to take away from their glory, because promoting to ruby, that's a huge deal. Promoting the emerald, that's a huge deal. You don't want to take away from that, but also you want them to take ownership of their promotions, because then that's developing leadership. You're getting layered leadership in there whenever they're doing their own stuff. So I would not be sending, if you've ever worked with me, you know, I will not send you your charts. Not ever, ever. If you're sending people their charts, you're doing something wrong, because you're taking that away from them. You've got to be developing that leadership. I don't know if I've ever done that. If I've ever done that to you, I'm so sorry. But Tasha's like, nope. She's like, she asked me for mine. And then even though, because let me talk about my promotion to presidential. Okay, is that okay? Okay. So presidential diamond was one of my easiest promotions. And that sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but this is why. People were taking ownership of their own promotions. Back when I promoted, I needed a triple, a double, a diamond, and a diamond leg. Okay. And then a 400 leg pairs. And my triple diamond leg was mine also. It was my spouse. I promoted me and him at the exact same time. We actually had, we earned $150,000 in bonuses that day. It was pretty awesome. But so for his leg, that was mine too. So what I did is I took the diamond, the double, the diamond for his triple. They did it themselves. Okay. So I just made sure that was all done. My double diamond leg, they did it themselves. My other diamond leg actually promoted to double diamond. It was pretty cool. It was, I had a lot of volume. And then the last leg, they did it themselves. So by doing that, not only was my promotion easy, like so easy, it was just like organized. It was like, hey, how you doing? Cool. Hey, how you doing? Cool. Like one person we promoted in the, Long's parking lot. Like we were just sitting out there like promoting. And then I was like, cool, you're done. Let me go drive over to someone else's house. And then we finished hers up too. And like, that's how we did it. I did leg by leg, and the leaders did it themselves. It was incredible. My volume was so high, and that promotion was so solid because it wasn't my promotion really. It was theirs. And that pride that they got kept them going. And then they kept going. Okay, sorry, Tasha, that was it.
No, I just want to touch base because I was a triple diamond when Carrie was promoting. I promoted the month before. I promoted in April.
Yeah.
2016.
I think you promoted after. You promoted the double. You were. I think you were the diamond that was a double.
Oh, gotcha. So, but all Carrie did, she's like, Tash, you got it? Are you good to go? You sure you got it? I'm like, I got it. you know, and that, like, that's what she means by just that layered leadership, because they work so hard for that promotion, they weren't about to miss it. But if you just hand somebody something, they don't want it as bad as if they pushed every single day. I wasn't about to lose that triple dive promotion, whether Carrie helped me or not. I worked too hard. I'm like, I was at a point where I'm like, Carrie, you didn't gotta check on me. I'm good. You know what I mean? Because I want it. You know, versus somebody who's on your chart and like you're trying to go diamond and the emerald doesn't want it, but you're trying to get it for yourself, you know. So I love that whole layer leadership. Yeah, Carrie talks about all the time. Her presidential was the easiest promotion.
I love it.
All leaders. And I'm like, dang, like people pray for that. You know, I pray for that. I pray to just call up my triple and be like, you good? Okay. You know, my double, you good? Okay. You know, I just love it. And it was stress-free.
It really was. It was really stress-free, and it was fun, and it was solid, but it didn't happen overnight. It did not happen overnight. There was a lot of layered leadership going that entire time. So it was a year between my triple and my presidential. And during that time, it was just like, we were just building, we were having fun, and there were so many leaders. It was good. It was really good. And that can happen at any time, because you guys, I was a double diamond for, I don't know how many years. Too long. I was a double diamond for so long that I thought on my tombstone, it was going to be like Carrie Gabriel, double diamond, because I thought I was going to be one for the rest of my life. But I promoted to diamonds or double diamond in 2011. And then I didn't promote to triple diamond until 2015, I think. Yeah, I was a double diamond for a really, really long time. I had to learn so many lessons during that time that I was like, you know what, it would have been great to be a presidential then, but I think I did better because I learned those lessons first. And so, yeah, if you ever need advice, like I've made every mistake you can possibly make, probably a couple times. So I learned along the way. And so failing is okay. It sucks bad, but it's okay because you learn from it and you come back stronger. There's no way that my presidential, how it happened later, could have happened like that before. It would have been forced, and it would have been stressful, and it would have fallen apart because I wasn't ready. But I did a lot of personal development during that time.
Boom, that's so awesome. You know, I
This
think
is a double segment.
I love this because I think sometimes a lot of people on here, they only hear the fast success stories and then they feel unworthy, right? Because we've taken longer, and then now you guys hear Carrie's story. Like, are you guys like, Dad, I'm good? You know what I mean? Don't you feel like you're on the right track?
Faster than me,
right? Like, you guys need to give you guys some credit. So, Carrie, if there's anything, one more thing that you could leave us with, what would you leave us with?
I would say, oh my gosh, I've got so many things. Don't count anybody out, because if you looked at me, I didn't need money. Like, you hear so many stories of people like selling their couch to join. I just paid for it. You know, I didn't even think about it. It was $199, and that wasn't even a big deal. I didn't need the money. I didn't do anything like this. I was in the military, you know? So it wasn't like anything that I would not have been on anyone's list. I wasn't super social. I barely had a social media. I didn't care about social media, you know? So I wouldn't have, I remember when I had to make an Instagram, and I was like, really? Really? I don't want to do that. So like, I wouldn't have been anybody's pick. I wouldn't have, but this has done so much for me, and I grew into it. Obviously, you heard it took me a long time, but I grew into it. And so even though I didn't seem ideal for it, I actually am. Like, this is my career. It is, and it's helped me in so many different ways. And also, I do want to, I got another thing, sorry. If you're not sure if you should keep going, then let me just tell you what this business has done for me. Okay, so I was in Hawaii, and my husband and I separated, and he moved to Samoa, and I stayed. And suddenly I had to pay all the bills, and I was stressed because you guys know how much the bills are. Like, I was stressed about it, and I was like, man, this is not how I want to live my life. This is not it at all. Like, I don't want to worry about money. Not ever. Like, that to me, that's not, I'm worth more than that. I am worth more than worrying about money. So I I talked to my mom and I was like, hey, let's move. She's like, where do you want to go? And I'm like, I don't know. So we made a list. Like, no snow. We're not going to do snow, not ever. We need ocean. We need that, So we just made a list and we ended up in Florida. But because of this business, I was able to leave that situation, which, I mean, we loved it there, but I don't love stress. I don't love stress at all. So we left. We just picked up the kids and we moved across the ocean, across the continent. Like, how many of you guys would love to do that? Even if you don't want to leave, do you want to know you can? Like, just so then we got here, and you guys, we have annual passes for like every amusement park, basically. So, like, my life consists of beach, SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, going to brunch, trampoline parks, homeschooling activities. Like, that's what my life is. I'm going to the spa. Don't forget that, And so because of this business, that's what I've been able to do. And in the beginning, I didn't even know I was going to need that. I had 4 kids in this business. I didn't know that was going to happen either. You never know what's going to happen later. So you want to prepare for that. And so if you just keep working hard, even though you may not know why, one day you will know why. And then you're going to be so grateful that you put the time in and you kept going and you had that discipline, even when you just wanted to eat chili and watch Netflix. You worked your business instead. You guys are like, I don't know if I can laugh at that or not. There's a bunch of faces like this. Okay, Tasha, I'm done again.
Okay, that was awesome. I stream and watch Netflix. I love that. Okay. Every time Carrie tells her story, it's always so inspiring. And I swear, it's like the sleeping giant, and it reminds me to never, oversee anybody. Like, never close the door for anybody, and because one day there's gonna wake up, right? There's gonna wake up from the dead, and then there's gonna be and the next president's retirement. So thank you so much, Carrie, for sharing your story. That was so awesome. Are you gonna do the last part of the thing, or we're done? We just say bye to the
Okay, so I'll end the recording and then you guys can ask questions if you want. So bye, recording people, if we ever post this. Where's mine?